All right, hello, it's me, Paula Gigi, and I am just going to share a random share with you today. Um, this week has been an interesting week. It's been a hard week for us. As many of you know, we have a little girl dog. She was a pug boxer, and her name was Snuggles, and she a lot of times would be heard or seen in some of our videos. Well, this last week, just all of a sudden, one day after breakfast, she lost the use of her back legs. She'd had some trouble with arthritis, and about 4 months before, the vet had put her on a medication for that, which we were getting from Chewy.com. And so she was on that medication. Anyways, long story short, we didn't know. She had a lot of health situations going on in her little body until Tuesday afternoon when we took her to the vet and they checked her all over, and then they called and told us, starting from the smallest problem going to the largest problem. And she had a lot, like I said, taking place in her body. Well, uh, we decided it would be best for her to go into her rest because she had been a good dog, number one. Number two, she was 15 and soon to be 16 in December. And we didn't want to see her suffer anymore. She'd been in a lot of pain with her arthritis over the last year. So after we got home, the next day I had, or it might have been later that afternoon, I don't remember. Anyways, I had emailed Chewy. I had been on and had closed down my auto ship because I didn't need the medicine anymore and I didn't want it coming in. So I sent them a message asking them to please close my account because our little girl had passed, and that at the present we weren't looking for any pets in the future. Well, I wasn't off from sending that message very long before I got a message from Chewy, from somebody by the name of Brandon that works for them. And he had written an absolutely beautiful letter of deep regards for our loss. And what really, really, really touched me was in that letter, out of everything that he said, about us being people and our pets are just as much a part of our family as anybody else and so on. He said, at this time, sometimes all we need is somebody to talk to, and they said, and so if you just need somebody to talk to, you can reach out to us. And I thought, my word, I've only been buying the medicine from them for the last 3 to 4 months. It was coming every month for the last 3 to 4 months. I had bought some things a few years back for Snugs and Moxie, but I hadn't spent a lot of money with them. And every time I've been doing business with them in this last few months, everybody's been across the board just fabulous. Well, anyways, I was so thrilled, and I sent him another letter saying thank you, because first of all, this is a business, and I've never had any business send me any kind of a message about anybody passing in my family, even if they knew me. And this is a company that doesn't know me. They know me as a customer, and this is what I want to bring out. They treat their customers like family. Anyways, you see this bouquet over here, this little bouquet? I call it a bouquet, really. The next day, Wednesday afternoon, my doorbell rang, and I couldn't imagine who it was from. And I went to the door, and there stood a man there, and he said, called out my name. He said, "Are you Paula Gigi?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "This is yours." And he gave it to me, and I brought it in. Well, we looked the card all over trying to find out who it was from. We couldn't find anything on there. And then finally, my husband saw a message written. It was kind of concealed the way the card had been folded, and he read the message, and it said underneath it, Chewy. And I started to have tears well up in my eye. And I said, you know what? I can't imagine Petco and PetSmart and all my vets and anybody else's vets ever sending me a bouquet because I lost my pet. And I said, and these are people that we do business with on a regular basis, but here is a company that I've only been back with for 4 months, sending me, first of all, a beautiful deep regards letter, and then secondly, a beautiful bouquet of flowers. And it just really touched both of our hearts. And I was talking to my brother that evening, and I told him about it, and he's like, wow, really? And he said, well, I got in touch with Chewy a few years ago. I was looking for fish and blah, blah, blah. They didn't have any, da, 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 you know. But basically what he was saying is, you know what? If I ever needed something for a pet, for any pets, I think I'd get in touch with Chewy. And I told him, I said, well, one thing for sure, if we ever had another pet, I definitely would be in touch with Chewy again. But like I said, we're not planning on getting another pet. But I just felt like I wanted to get on and say thank you to Chewy. And if you've had a similar experience from Chewy, I'd like you to leave me some comments, because I happen to be telling my daughter about it, and she's been with Chewy for 15 years, and she's lost 5 dogs. And she's like, Mom, really? Chewy sent you flowers? I said, well, yeah, that's what it said on the paper, on the card. And so anyway, it got her curious, and she got online looking, and she called me back. She said, yeah, that's something they do. If they know you have lost a pet, they will contact you in some way to let you know their regards. And I said, well, they have more than outdone themselves as far as I'm concerned when it came to me. I just felt all kinds of love and support from them. And never in all my years, in all my pets, have I ever felt such a trust in a company. And so I guess I'm sharing this because I want you to know that I believe this is a company that you can trust. The medicine that Snugs was on was not what caused her problem. It was all the ailments that she had that we didn't know that she'd had. But she was a beautiful little girl, and she was my shadow. And this last 6 to 8 months, she has constantly been right by my side. If I get up just to go in the kitchen to get a drink of water, and she's sleeping in here in the living room with me, she felt like she had to get up and go in the kitchen with me. She didn't want me out of her sight. One day last week, I left to go somewhere, and my husband said, this is the first time she's ever done this, but when you left today, she didn't leave the door. She lay down behind the door and sat there waiting for you to come back, and she whined a couple of times for you. And I'm like, she must not be feeling good. And we've said it a few times, well, you know, they can't talk to us, but I'd look in her eyes. And I was at the vet afterwards, after she had passed, and I was talking to all the staff there. They were beautiful, and I won't give their name because I don't know if they would want me to do that, but they were just beautiful. And I happened to look on their wall, and there's a picture on the wall of a man sitting down with a dog. It's a bigger dog. It looks, I don't remember what kind it was now, but it looked to be like 80 pounds. And he's sitting on the floor, Indian style, and he's holding his dog's neck. And he and the dog are looking eye to eye. And it made me choke up, because I'd get down on the floor with my Snuggles, and I'd hold a little face in my hands, and we would look eye to eye at each other, and it's like we were having our own personal conversation, just eye to eye, because she knew that I loved her, and I knew that she loved me. And I remember the vet saying, she's telling us the steps she's going through, and she said, she thanked us for being there, and we said, well, we wanted to be here. This is our baby, you know. And she said, you don't know how many people choose this route and they don't come. And we're like, we couldn't believe it, because this is your family member. It's been a part of your family for 12, 15, 18 years, whatever you have that pet. And surely you'd want to be there. And the vet said, I've always thought that the last face they should see is their owner's face. And that's who Snug saw. She saw Jim and I both together, holding her, loving her, telling her how much we cared for her. And the vet said, you've taken care of her all these years, and now she is watching over you. I appreciated the vet saying that. She didn't have to say that. And I just was grateful for how everything transpired. So anyways, that's my thought for today. I just wanted to share that. And if you are dealing with Chewy, let them know how much you appreciate them, because they are a company that appreciates their customers and their customers' pets. If they didn't, they wouldn't have been so kind and generous to me or the others that my daughter found out that had received bouquets for the pets that they had lost. So anyways, that's my quick video for today. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I appreciate each and every one of you. When you view our videos, please click the like button, leave a comment below, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and then hit that little notification bell so that you can know whenever I put up anything new as a video or a picture on the community page. Have a wonderfully blessed week. May the peace of God be with you all, and may you feel His love surround you. We thank you for everything you do for us, and we love each and every one of you. Be blessed. Have a good week.